We are talking about NASCAR gaming again. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. Today, we have some more NASCAR games, motorsport games news. EA Sports is coming into this video as well, which is really the whole point of this video, as we got some more news from Mike Straw at Insider Gaming from actually his Twitter feed that he put out on Sunday. A few tweets that were really interesting about EA's interest potentially in the NASCAR gaming license. Now, don't get too excited because it doesn't get any better than that. That's as good as the news is going to get in this episode. Recently I made some videos about the future of NASCAR gaming, and NASCAR's response to motorsport games was a bit concerning. I'll kind of highlight on that a little bit later in the video, but we're going to jump into Mike Straw's tweet. And Mike Straw was actually asked on Twitter, in quote, I wonder if EA has any interest in NASCAR since it's got Codemasters now. And not, something we've kind of speculated, will EA ever come back? Well, Mike Straw responds to this with, I've been told by a few people that the interest is there, but the deal that NASCAR has with motorsport games is one that no other studio will touch / come close to. I will dive into more about an EA path here shortly, but still just want to kind of go on and also say now earlier on April 16th, Mike said sources, NASCAR has had multiple internal meetings about the state of its video games. There will be upcoming meetings with motorsport games about it in the coming weeks to get answers about delays and lack of new releases over the last 2 years. However, he would actually come back to update this tweet shortly after. And that update was, NASCAR is telling me directly that this isn't the case, though my sources who told me have been 100% reliable in the past, and I stand by them. This might be a case of them misunderstanding something. NASCAR is denying any such meetings taking place. To me, I take that as NASCAR is denying doing anything good for the community, basically, is the wording that should be used in this kind of situation. I mean, NASCAR, come on, let's get our act together. Please come in and save, the video game industry of your sport that desperately needs a younger audience, and the perfect opportunity that you guys have through video games to draw in a younger audience. You are absolutely fumbling the ball harder than I've ever seen anything in any sport with a fumbled play in my life. Now, let's just go back to the EA thing, because that was the news that we had there from Mike Straw. That's the latest update. He also did say on the bottom of the tweet he has another call tomorrow morning, which would have been Monday today, the video that's going out today, to find out what happened. The last thing I ever wanted to do, of course, is let you guys down and report something that ultimately wasn't true. So use this as a learning moment to get better. Luckily, it doesn't happen much. So he has a meeting sometime Monday. We'll see what comes out of that. Maybe another Insider Gaming article. But like I said, I've said it before, a massive shout out to Mike Straw, who in my opinion has been the lead voice in kind of bringing the NASCAR gaming community a little bit of information that we don't get from anyone else, and just a little bit of closure, you can almost call it, to just to let us know what's happening is a huge thing, and he's the only one within the gaming industry that's really kind of giving us some insight. But yeah, I mean, back to the original tweet and point of EA has had interest in NASCAR's video game contract, but because of the motorsport games contract that they have with NASCAR being what it is, they don't want to go anywhere near that, which to me that's kind of telling me that motorsport games has such a crazy contract with NASCAR that not even one of the top gaming companies in the world wants to go and, pay NASCAR what Motorsport Games is paying NASCAR to have that license. It almost sounds like Motorsport Games basically paid a crazy amount of money for that contract. And let's not panic, guys. I mean, Motorsport Games only has a contract until 2029. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, right? Yeah, it's, just think about that. If EA Sports, the main leading sports developer in gaming, doesn't want to go anywhere near that NASCAR contract because of how much, what Motorsport Games has put to the table, that is very alarming. I think that should be a lot more alarming than I think what we're kind of looking at it as. And, I mean, is it more of a, they won't make any profit because if they have to put up the same deal that Motorsport Games does, they won't make any money off of it and whatnot? I don't know. But what do you want to see EA Sports take over the license. It looks very unlikely right now. I was surprised to see that they have shown interest, to be honest with you. But to me, I look at it like this. You know, EA doesn't have a great reputation in the gaming industry over the last, 5-6 years at least. However, Motorsport Games can't even put out a game. So personally, the way I look at it is quite simply like this. I would rather have EA Sports putting out a decent game that's NASCAR, load it with microtransactions for whatever reasons you can think of. I would rather have that year after year than no game that is playable from Motorsport Games at all. It's pretty straightforward. I'd rather have something that's playable. You can litter it with microtransactions, but I would rather have that than just no NASCAR game to play whatsoever throughout the year. That's kind of where I stand on that. You guys let me know down below if you would be in agreement or if you disagree with that. It's a very opinionated topic, so feel free to leave your opinion down below on what you think on that subject, and maybe create a discussion in the comments and maybe find a balance as well, a middle point. But it is what it is. I've said so many times in these videos, we wait and see what happens with Motorsport Games, and it doesn't look like we're getting a NASCAR game, NASCAR content from Motorsport Games anytime soon as well. The only thing that's really going for us in the NASCAR gaming, series right now is NASCAR Heat 5 and the mod to put in the next gen car. That's really it, and that is not even publicly released yet. So when that mod is publicly released, or when it gets a date, I will be for sure to let you guys know when that is actually going to be happening, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be very excited if you're on PC and own a copy of NASCAR Heat 5 to get a next gen car. Would be really, really awesome. But that's really the only way you can have a current enjoyable NASCAR gaming experience, in my opinion, because NASCAR Heat 5 is the last NASCAR game that was playable, as NASCAR Ignition has been out since October of 2021, and here we are a year and a half later, and it's still an unplayable mess. I go back to it here and there, sometimes just record videos on it, and it doesn't matter what I do, it's still an absolute broken mess. It is what it is, like I said already. There's nothing we as a player can do about it at this point, other than just hope for the best in the future for NASCAR gaming. So that kind of is the overview of this video. EA Sports has shown interest, but they don't want to go anywhere near that contract that Motorsport Games has put up with NASCAR. And like I said, another key thing to remember is, if somehow NASCAR stays locked in with Motorsport Games, they have the contract to develop and, of course, put out NASCAR games until 2029, because that is a contract that 704 Games had in place with NASCAR beforehand, when Motorsport Games eventually obviously came in and bought them out and took over all that. So 2029 is a pretty scary number right now in the NASCAR world for video games. But that's going to do it for me. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on this Monday afternoon, and you let me know your thoughts down below. Any more news comes out, I'll of course be sure to share it, but that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.